Hey, Shalom, this is Brother Yuan. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rakakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And I want to say Shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth and sincerity. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying unto you, you know. I'm going to read this first precept. We're going to go to Luke 16 and 10. All right, it reads, He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much. Now, I say this all the time. What are we auditioning for? We're auditioning for kingship. When you go to, I believe, Sirach, let me go get it. Sirach 10 and 8. Bear with me. We know there's going to be a change in dominion over the earth, man. All right, it's Sirach 10 and 8. It reads, Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit. We know that there's a nation of people that are carrying out, these injuries and these riches gotten by deceit. The kingdom is translated from one people to another. Let me go to 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, right? 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, it reads, For Esau is the end of the world, and that word for world there is eon, okay? Meaning the age, not the actual earth, okay? Because we know in the scriptures say that the earth abideth forever. So when we're talking about the end of the world, we're talking about the end of this age, this rulership, okay? Not the literal earth, okay? Luke 16 and 10 once more. He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much. And he that is unjust in the least is unjust also in much. So even in our little things from day to day, the Lord puts particular responsibilities on a brother to see, or sister, to see how does this person react in this situation? How do they deal with the little tests and trials, with the little adversity, with the little hardships? The Lord knows your weaknesses and strengths. The Lord knows, where you need to grow at. You understand? Especially in this walk. A brother that's somebody that needs to be humble. The Lord will have them come into a congregation of men where they have to, start at the bottom and have to serve. He'll put you around particular spirits where you got to learn how to control yourself and how to be a part of a team, how to take orders. A lot of people have that problem. They see something wrong with somebody being over them and taking orders. We all take orders, man. We take orders from on down. Okay, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, you know, it's men in your camp or in your congregation. There's going to be men who are over you. They might give you particular orders, man. Hey, you're doing this. You need to do this, or here in Texas, our reading assignment this week was Zephaniah. Hey, go read Zephaniah. This is a study topic for this week. You're supposed to relish in order. It's supposed to be something that makes you happy. Because what comes from order? Peace, man. If you're a lover of peace and righteousness and the things of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, order is going to be something that you relish in, that you seek, that you long for. Disorder should be rubbing you the wrong way. The same way disorder was rubbing Lot the wrong way in Sodom and Gomorrah. And we know that the land we dwell in is spiritual Sodom and Egypt, right? Yeah, all things must be done decently and in order, brother, because I'll read it really quick. 1 Corinthians 14 and 40. Let all things be done decently and in order. And somebody who can't adhere to order, man, they're not only destructive to themselves, but they're destructive to those around them. And it shows in the little things that you do. If you can't be orderly in the little things, how do you expect to be orderly in the big things? How do you expect the Lord to give you dominion over people in their lives and their families? Order is of grave importance. It's what separates us from the judgment of the Most High. We should be. Let me read it. This it really is what sets up. It's that guardrail between life and death for us, because we know the truth and we know how the Lord gets down as well. You see what happened to what the Lord will cut a nigga down, man. Somebody that's being disorderly, he'll cut them down for the whole world to see. Look what happened to this rapper. Everybody, oh, I'm at work, they playing this nigga music. You hear this nigga music, like, yeah, obviously the Lord was gonna put this man to death at some point. It just happened to be now. Okay, well, let's go read this. Let me get it real quick. It's Sirach 17:25. All right, it reads, "Return unto the Lord and forsake thy sins." Okay, forsake thy sins. Okay, and sin is what? The transgression of the law. So in order for you to be, you know, in a good, better standing with the Most High, you got to be reading. You got to know right from wrong. How can you know if you're not reading? You don't know shit. If you're not being somebody that's studying to show thyself approved, right? Make thy calling and election sure, right? Yeah, this requires work. You can't. This isn't a ride along. You can't just listen to the brothers. We listening to us. You gotta. Yeah, Lord's gonna say his teachers before you, but you gotta act it out. You can't ride the coattails of another man. You gotta make your own calling and election sure, man. Anybody can be touched. Let's read this once more. Sirach 17:25. Return unto the Lord and forsake thy sins. Make thy prayer before thy face and offend less. Okay? We want to offend less. When you're doing things that are disorderly or contrary to the Lord's instructions, you're separating yourself from your power. You attack. Look, man, you're already being attacked on all sides by this devil. Already. He's already bombarding you down to the music, to the vibrations and the frequencies on the music. They put you in a low state, to the food, to the air you breathe, to what you see in the media. It's all meant to attack your spirit and your mind and put you at your lowest self, perpetually. Why aid and abet this devil's attack on yourself by clinging on to wickedness? You gotta fight, man. This is a spiritual fight. And most people don't realize that they're even in a fight. They're just going along to get along. Anybody that's going along to get along, sad story, man, you're not going to make it. You don't make it just going along to get along. The Lord's going to give people opportunities to repent and to show that they're willing to fight for righteousness, fight to be on his side. We're the Lord's woman, right? What does a man want to see from his woman? He wants to see her fight to please him. Deny herself to please him. And the Lord's asking us, requiring of us, not asking, to deny ourselves, which I'm talking about our flesh, to please him. Right? We're the Lord's woman, so we have to be meek and lowly and seeking new ways to improve and always better ourselves and offend less. Let's read it one more time. Sirach 17:25. Return unto the Lord and forsake thy sins. Make thy prayer before his face. And you got to be praying. You got to be praying to the Lord, calling on his name and praying to him, and offend less. And nobody's going to just completely not be able to offend because we're in this wicked flesh. Okay? But you want to be offended less, doing what you making that conscious effort to put away your old habits, your old ways, right? The best you can. Hey, and we all sinners. Nobody's going to get it perfect. Paul said that. But you need to be at least attempting to fight back. Let's go. Let me get that precept I was mentioning. Let's go to Romans. This is in Romans 7:23. All right. What he said? But I see another law in my members, warring against the law of my mind, and bringing me into captivity to the law of sin, which is in my members. Because your flesh hearkens unto that carnal law. Your flesh wants to do carnality, do wickedness. All right. That's why when you're trying to do right, you'll have some BS thought hop on your mind. You're like, God damn, where'd that come from? Your flesh is fighting against the spirit. Read it again. Romans 7:23. But I see another law in my members, warring against the law of my mind, and bringing me into the captivity to the law of sin, which is in my members. So we're that's the dichotomy of being in his body, which is why we have to be given those new bodies upon the Lord's return. Okay? One more. I'll read to back that up. I'll go get Galatians 5:17. Okay? For the flesh lusted against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. You want to do right. You want to be the best spiritual version of yourself, but there's an inward battle going on too, on top of the enemy attacking you. That's why I said, so you cannot do the things that ye would. But you got to continue to fight, man. The Lord's going to recognize those who are making that conscious effort consistently, perpetually, to offend less. All right? Order's a big deal, man. It's the guardrail between life and death for us. Let's go get the actually, I'll read this precept the brother put up here. He puts up 1 Samuel 15:23 and reads, for rebellion to rebel against the Most High, to fight the instructions that your father has given you deliberately, especially if you know the truth. The scriptures say that the Lord's eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. Any wickedness you doing, you ain't getting over on the Lord. He know when you're being stubborn, when you don't want to walk how he told you to walk. Come on, man. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. And what happens to a witch? What is the law on how to deal with the witch? She has to be burned with fire, man. And many of our people, what's going to happen? They're going to be burnt in this fire when Babylon is destroyed and burnt up. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity. And what does iniquity mean? Iniquity is sin upon sin. You're just stacking it up. Just stacking it up, man. And idolatry, because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he hath also rejected thee from being king. Okay? And then the brother followed it up with the law on how to deal with a witch. Exodus 22:18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. And great precepts, brother. You know, Lord willing, those that come and watch this later, this will be edifying to them. And you're always there to help. I see you on all the brothers, all the lessons. You right there putting up precepts, man, that go along with the lesson, might I add. All right, Kazak puts up Matthew 26:41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. And that lines up perfectly with what we read in Galatians. All right. So yeah, man, order is a very important thing. It's a matter of life and death. And that's what we all should strive to do in the little responsibility that the Lord has given us. We should strive to walk orderly in the relationships with the brethren, with the people that the Lord has put around you, with the people that the Lord has put over you. Okay? People don't realize, you know, it's talking about brotherhood. When the Lord puts a man over you, whether it be like, okay, you got your elders in the camps, or you got apostles and elders on down, or even the men under you, right? The way you treat them, what is it really? The Lord said, you do anything to these little ones, and I'm paraphrasing, it's like you've done it unto me. So when you're around other men of the Lord, when you're around people, you got to realize how you're treating them. Yahweh's looking at it as what? This is how you would treat me. Now, if you're doing righteousness unto those people, there's a reward that comes with that. But if you're being disorderly, disbrotherly, not walking how the Lord instructed you to walk in those scenarios, it's going to be a recompense for it, whether it be big or small. And when we see all kind of judgments, long in this truth, you see all kind of judgments. strange thing. Well, not really, not strange. We know why. You'll be like, why did this happen to this person? Why are they going through? Is it something they might be doing? Is it something they may have said? Touched a little bit on that with the lesson yesterday. The Lord is real, man. Nothing's coincidence. You didn't just lose your job and you just at the crib and the Lord has it to where you got to focus on Him or you got to call on Him. The Lord will have it. You get in situations to where you have to look to Him. The Lord wants His acknowledgement. You have to acknowledge that He's the one that's orchestrating things for you. Okay? And if you're not doing that, that also could cost you your life. Look at what happened to Moses' brother Aaron when they split the rock. What happened? They didn't give the acknowledgement to Yahweh Shemi Hawashai. So the Lord had it to where they neither one of them entered into the promised land, and Aaron died. He put Aaron to death. It's a serious business. It's not a game. It's not funny. It's not something that should be taken lightly. If you're a person that's a lover of righteousness, order is never something that you take lightly. Not in the small, not in the great. It is a reflection of who you are spiritually, or where you're at spiritually. And we're all growing and learning, but it has to be something that becomes of grave importance to you, because in the days to come, especially when Jacob's trouble, when we see it play, we've been talking about Jacob's trouble for so long. A lot of Israelites that scoff at us, they'll look at it like, oh, they've been talking about that forever. But nigga, yeah, and I'm calling y'all niggas because y'all operate like niggas. Y'all think like niggas, right? Look at what's playing out. You don't see the prophecies playing out? No, probably not, because the people in your congregations, they don't teach, they don't go into prophecy. They don't talk about the things that are taking place on earth. So you out there, you just a sitting duck. You target practice, inside joke. You target practice out here because you don't have that spiritual eye to see. You're not watching. And Elder Manata Zakba did a lesson earlier today talking about, hey man, you got to be a watcher of the times. Yeah, it's great that you're an Israelite, that you know that you're royalty. It's a beautiful thing to know. It's the most beautiful thing for us to know, right? We know that we belong to something after all this time of being told in Babylon that we ain't shit, that we're simply slaves, that your history starts with being carried over here in boats. After all this time, you received the knowledge that you're of the chosen lineage. You're the very people that the Lord is dealing with personally. That's a beautiful thing to know. But what else? You got to be watching the time. There's things that come with that. Okay, you know you're Israelite. Now what? It don't stop there. You have to put off the outward. You have to put off the old man and take on the new, and renew your inward man day by day. Right, like the scripture says. You don't just know you're Israelite and that's it. No, change comes with it. Work. You grind. You grind to where you build your spirit up to where it is winning that fight, that inward fight that we talked about in Galatians. All right, I'll read it again. Galatians 5:17. For the for the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. All right, that's true. That's why when you get correction and instruction from the Lord, because remember the Lord speaks through men. When you get it, sometimes you'll feel conflicted within yourself. You'll be like, why is that happening? Because the fleshly you, the carnal you, right, doesn't want to hear that. The spiritual you know, oh, this makes sense. This is right. This is what I this. Your spirit wants to be watered. That seed wants to be watered. It wants to flourish and grow. But then you got the flesh there, trying to take it away. But you got the more you tap into the word, the more you listen, the more you try to build yourself up and make that prayer before His face and offend less, like we read in Sirach. The more your spirit gets built up and it's able to fight back, man. It's able to fight that flesh off, so you don't have those carnal ass nigga low level thoughts. Why am I speaking like this? Because I go through it, just like I know you guys go through it. Everybody this is the is nobody's battle with this flesh is unique. There's no strange thing happening to anybody. We're all in this fight. Okay? And we gotta bear that cross, but we gotta fight, man. You can't just sit there and lay down and just give in to what your flesh wanna do, what your flesh wanna say. All right, what was I reading? Yeah. That's pretty much it, man. The point is made. You know, don't lay down, man. Fight to have that order. Fight for righteousness, man. And I say it all the time. To be a lover of righteousness is to hate wickedness. You have to hate it. If disorder and wickedness doesn't rub you the wrong way, you got some things to do, some things to put in line and in order, right? Some things to tune up. Okay, and we all on this journey, but hey, his time is getting short. I mentioned Jacob's trouble earlier. The stage is being set for it. It's not a game. We read it all the time. We tell. Let's go to Amos 5:8. Sorry, I know I said I was done, but I can't just leave it like that. The Lord paints that picture for us. Actually, no, let's go to 2nd Ezra. Actually, the Lord paints that picture of the famine, all these different things, the wars going on, the constant fear for your life is going to be going on in Jacob's trouble. But he also talks about how the elect, they're going to be stable in that time, that they're going to eat, that they're going to be able to navigate those treacherous waters. All right? So that's where you want to be at. But how do you get to that place? Well, you got to be seeking the Lord, man. You got to be rehearsing the righteous acts, like it talks about in Judges 5:11. Okay? This is 2nd Ezra 16, and we'll start at 13. It says, "For strong is the right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp." And he's talking about those nuclear missiles, man. There's no way around it. Vocab sitting there scoffing on Sarnetta's show, saying, "Oh, they say that great army in Revelation is nuclear missiles." Yeah, but then he doesn't go break it down. He just says it's not. He says that the MOTB, he says the RYD chip. But then what is it then, Vocab? He still has yet to make a lesson saying how the Edomites were done away with. How is that possible when it says that Esau is the end of the world? Where it talks about, them being there upon the Lord's return. Has the Lord returned yet? But you're saying they're not there. It doesn't make sense. And if people get caught up in his BS, in his lies, in his forked tongue, if you're calling it, you'll look at the guy and be, "Oh man, he seems like he has." No, he don't got it. He don't got it. Like I said, you had to make a video talking about or proving, Elder Tahar said it, proving that the Edomites were done away with. Never responds and goes into great detail about the prophecies. He'll say that, "Oh, that's not right," but he never breaks it down himself, because what, in the seminary school that he was in for 8 years or whatever it was, they don't teach prophecy because they don't have it. Okay? The knowledge and wisdom and the understanding of his word is only revealed to the men of Israel, that remnant, to break it down. And he gave it unto the rest of the flock. And clearly he's not one of those men. Okay? Yeah, 2nd Ezra 16, well on tangent there, Salakia, but 2nd Ezra 16 and 13. "For strong is the right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp." And we know what those arrows are, right, people? "And shall not miss." When they lock onto those latitude, longitude location, that's where it's going. No matter if it got a wiggle, whatever it's going to do, it's going to hit its target. And plus, the Spirit of the Lord is going to be on the missiles. The Lord is going to make sure that they do what he wrote for them to do. Okay? "And shall not miss when they begin to be shot to the ends of the world. Behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again, until they come upon the earth. Yeah, this place is gonna be burnt with fire, and there are gonna be many casualties. Like we say, the Lord is gonna set a brand new high score on the death toll. Verse 15: the fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. What is this talking about? Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. Ezra says what? Woe is me. Woe is me, because the Lord is showing him this vision. He put on a movie and showed him what's going to take place in the future. He's like, whoa, he's seeing all this. And he's like, he shook. When these prophets were seeing these visions, man, they would get sick to their stomach because of the death and the peril that they were seeing. Right? Woe is me, he says. Woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? And that also alludes to the fact that what? He knew that he would be here. Wow. To those who don't get reincarnation, regeneration, which is clearly in the scriptures, simple asses. Woe is me. Woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. And this is what we want to be. We want to be good in this time, man. Zephaniah 2 and 3. Seek righteousness, seek meekness, so that you may be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. All right? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. The beginning of famine. You know what? That's the worst way to go, to die of a famine and watch your body waste away and eat itself. That's coming to America. That's coming to wherever you've been scattered to, Israel. It's coming upon the whole earth. What's the solution? Is the solution to bend the knee to Baal? To do what this devil tells you? Or is it to fight and to stand righteously and stiffly for the things of Yahweh Shem Yahushua? But how do you get to the point where you're able to take that leap of faith? Well, you have to be faithful with the little. You have to walk orderly with the little that the Lord is giving you. Practice, repetition, taking it serious. Verse 18 again, 2 Ezra 16 and 18, that's where we are. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars. All these things are playing out. The stage is being set. America's getting ready to go to war with China over Taiwan. But they're over here talking about the critical race theory or whatever they're talking about in the news. They got you distracted with so much BS when this place is about to be lit ablaze. And the power shall stand in fear, and the beginning of evils. Evil, okay, meaning bad time. When you break that word down, that's what it goes into. Evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for the amendment. But for all these things, and get this is going to be the mentality of the majority of the people, especially 2/3 of our people, because the Lord put that slumber on them, man. But verse 20, check this out. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness. Even though they see all this stuff happening, people going to still be led by their flesh. They still going to act out what makes them feel good. It's not if you're comfortable in all the shit that you're doing, nigga, you're not growing. You remaining the same. That's some weak ass shit. If you do all you do is what makes you comfortable all day, just being comfortable. Your flesh is winning. That's weak. Are you weak? Are you tapping into the strength of our Lord, man? The Lord has given us examples on how to fight this good fight, man. That's where your value lies. That's what makes you of high quality. Your willingness and your to fight for the things of the spirit. If you think your value comes from anything in the world, that's a grave mistake, man. And that's one of the first things I realized when the Lord woke me up to this truth. My value didn't come from bouncing the ball and playing on TV. Even though I spent my life that's not what makes me a man of value. Shit. That's not what, something like that is not what makes you valuable. What makes you valuable is your resolve and your willingness to fight for the things of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. And it really, it's not even you. The Lord has to put that spirit on you to be that way. You're nothing. You realize that you're nothing without the Lord, man. If you don't realize that, what Jay-Z said, he's a Carter nigga, but he said, if you can't respect that, your whole perspective is whack. If you don't get that, then you're lost. You're lost in the sauce. Okay? Verse 20, 2nd Ezra 16 and 20. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. These niggas he's saying they gonna act like the shit ain't happening. And what are you guys doing? I'm not talking to you guys that are sincere. But what is the majority of even Israel doing? They're acting like this shit is not happening. Like they're not setting up the MOTB. Like World War III isn't getting ready to play out. Like they're not finna put you in a situation where you're gonna have to choose between serving this new God that they've created or serving our Lord. They're just acting like it's not. They just partying, flicking it up, fronting like everything's cool. Shit's not cool. Shit's not cool. The enemy is about to come in like a flood. It's not cool. It's not playtime. What Craig told Smokey on Friday, he said, you walk up and down the street all day playing. That's Israel. If you don't lock in now, when are you going to do it? It's going to be too late pretty here soon. All right, verse 21, 2nd Ezra 16 and 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And right now, you still can go cop some fast food, this and that. It ain't hitting you. The gas price is going up. It ain't going up. It's all good, though. Jake is in that mindset. They think everything's, gonna eventually just go back to normal. They can still just be niggas. How wrong they are. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth. So what is he talking about, right? He's talking about people being in a deep sleep, even though all the shit is taking place around them. They can physically look at it. They're going to be like, I'm still good. I'm in good case. I'm going to be all right. Nigga, no. The only way you're going to be all right is if the Lord is with you. And the only way the Lord is going to be with you is if you've been seeking righteousness, seeking meekness, hearkening unto order, showing it in your everyday, in your doings. Everything is being recorded by the angels. Everything that you do, say, and think is being recorded by the angels and being weighed in the balance. But you're not fighting. You're just going with the flow. Letting the flesh guide all your decisions and your reactions. Okay? What do you think you're going to be when it really pop off? Because it's about to. We've been saying it for so long, and people just kind of like, oh, yeah, he's talking. No, it's happening right now. It's about to happen. And then when it do, what's going to happen? People going to be, what those men? You've been seeing it, especially within the last 2 years. You get random Israelites, they something crazy happen, right? And then they come out the camp and they got this look on their face like, oh shit. And they come listen, then they get comfortable again, and they go back into their hole. But that's Jake though. When shit go left, they want to be like, oh Lord. They want to inquire of the Lord then. But are you inquiring of the Lord when things are perceivably good for you? That shows truly what you're about. Let's get through this. 2nd Ezra 16:21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth. Sword, famine. And Elder Yahshua will put that clip up, man, of the UN troops. I don't know what country it was in, but he put that article up He's saying the kids over there are starving for food, and he's saying the UN troops are forcing the kids to get them oral sex for food. As young as 9 years old. This is the world we live in. The UN troops are supposed to be there for what? They're supposed to be there to restore order and balance. And you know where else the UN troops are going to be when shit goes left? Here in America. They're going to be around your kids. They're going to be in the projects with all the welfare moms. The women that just had a bunch of kids from men and tried to live off the government. They're going to be right there doing whatever they want to do to y'all. I don't need them. Those women that was like that, they're going to realize that they do. That they did need a man. And the wicked niggas that's just out there being niggas, slimy, low down, good for nothing ass niggas trying to get over on people every day. You niggas is gonna be some of the first ones to go, man. Those weak ass niggas, the Lord's gonna get rid of them quick. Even I don't care if you could be the buffest dude on the block. You can have all the straps you want to do. If this Lord ain't with you, that shit ain't gonna mean nothing. That's not what makes you a man of value. Once again, that's not what makes you a person of value. Once again, carnality is not where it's at. I can sit here and talk to y'all till I'm blue in the face, but the Lord already has it set up to where there's some people who just ain't gonna get it. That their whole point of coming here upon the earth was so the Lord could judge their ass. It's people that was born specifically in this time so the Lord could kill them. That's in the story. That's why a lot of times we don't try to reason with a nigga. If you don't get it, man, fuck them. We moving on. Because there's some people that was sitting here so the Lord could judge their ass. They're the same spirits that were saying crucify him, and the same spirits that was okaying the slaughtering of the prophets and the men of the Lord. Fuck these people, man. Fuck them all the way. We don't got time to reason or plead with nobody. If it's not resonating with you, move on, man. Don't talk to us. Keep being a demon and let the Lord off you. And you know, we're going to be happy about this shit. The niggas that was murmuring in the wilderness, man. Part of the reason that we're in this fucking hell every fucking day dealing with this shit. Screw you people, man. We gotta, we're dwelling with shit is vexing, man, being in this place. Dealing with the little dumbass shit and the people and the spirits on them all the time. It's vexing. But we gotta suppress it and put the jaw on it because we have to walk with wisdom. The same way the Lord winks at our ignorance, when he was winking at our ignorance when we didn't know the truth, he knew we was going off when we was in the world. He was winking at it. He was like, okay, they don't know yet. But right now, man, that time for winking is fucking over. The truth is out there. Everything is happening. It's right in your face. You don't get it yet? You're not taking it serious? Okay. Let's see. Let's see how that works out for you. All right. Verse 22. So like I'm at the end of 21. It says, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. That great confusion is growing, but the Lord he's with his men and bringing more soundness of mind to them day by day, those that are seeking him. Verse 22. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. And like I said, that's a horrible way to go. You would rather die a quick death than die of famine. Watch your body eat away at itself. Start looking at your children funny because you're delirious. People, the scriptures say, just like in the siege of Jerusalem in 70 AD, the parents are resorting to eating their children. When you get to a certain point of delirium because you've been famished, you haven't eaten, you're not of sound mind. You can't think straight. Especially if your spirit hasn't been built up to endure something like that. They were eating their children, and when they came back to their senses, they wanted to kill themselves, realizing what they had done. That's going to happen. The Lord said we're stepping into the worst time, documented or undocumented. Matthew 24 and 21, right? Daniel 12 and 1, right? Those things are going to happen again on a higher level, on a more gruesome level. So that's coming to you people, man. You don't want deliverance from that? You just like, oh, okay. You just act like it ain't written. Like the Lord a liar. This guy. Like the Lord a liar. Like this is a game. Like play. You niggas out your rabbit ass minds, man. You niggas is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, man. To not fear the Lord. That's what it is. You don't got fear for the Most High. The Lord said, "Fear ye not me." Like you know, goodness. All right. Verse 22 again. 2 Ezra 16:22. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. Yeah, you're not going to have this comforting words. In a minute, there's going to be a famine of the word as well. For the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. All the your perspective of how life is, this comfortability of being in society, being able just to go to the store or hop online and scroll and think about what life could be. All that shit's about to be done. That shit's over with. If that's the most important and pivotal part of your day, nigga, you're done. You ain't even. You just missile food. That's all you are. All you fucking people are worthless. We're worthless. Only thing that gives us any facet of importance is that the Lord has given us this knowledge and wisdom. If you do not realize that, you're done. All right, man. So with that being said, we'll give all praises once again to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rakakadash. I'm going to give double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And I want to say shalom to all the brothers and, of course, the few sisters who are pursuing this truth in sincerity, man. May the blessing of election be upon your house. Shalom.